Hey everybody, my name is Casey and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be decorating my campsite. So I have it right next to the museum. Here is the space that I have left for my campsite, and then I will just go ahead and show you this little area that we did in my second to last video of my museum. But other than that, I will start up the Island Designer app and start decorating, and then I will check in with you throughout the video and let you know what I am working on. So I kind of have a general idea of what I want for my campsite. I want to make it pretty simple, and I want to have a little seating area right next to the campsite. Other than that, I'm kind of just winging it. I will say there is a part of this video where I did struggle a bit with decorating the cliff in the background that's like right behind the campsite. So you'll see me kind of work through that, and I'll see if I can try and explain my thought process as I'm doing it. Right here, I thought you could kind of like glitch a code right underneath the campsite on the right there, but I guess that you can't do that. So I'm gonna just have to make this blanket a little bit smaller than I had originally wanted to. And then I'm gonna just go ahead and put down this natural garden table and then fill in the rest of the area with flowers. As I was making this little seating area, it made me realize how much I miss making these on my island. I had a lot of these on my last island, Wildflower, but on Tealight I don't have that many, so it was kind of fun to play around with different items and make this small little seating area for this build. So right now what I'm doing is just trying to figure out the pathing for the rest of this area, and the pathing I'm going to use from this incline right here. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that white or like kind of worn plank pathing right there. I just think it looks too like matchy with the incline. So I just decided to come over here and place down a couple items, and then I'm going to just plant some more flowers. It's usually helpful if I go in and plant flowers and trees before I lay down the pathing. It just helps me get a better feel for the area. And then I'll also just go in and add kind of like smaller items as well, items that I know that I definitely want to include in the build. And then I'm trying to plant a tree right here, but there's not enough space, so I just decided to go ahead and start laying down this pond coat. I use this all over my island. I think it's really pretty, and it's just a nice way to kind of break up the space in an area. So I'm going to just finish laying that down. And then right now I'm going to just fill in this little area near the campsite and this seating area with some flowers. So then for this area, I'm going to dig up these flowers because I do want to have a little seating area right here. I finally found a little like 4-tile code that matches with like the kind of rest of the color scheme of my island, and I really love this code and the creator. And also, just speaking about codes, I just wanted to let you all know that my card is almost done. I am just going to go ahead and link what I have in the description, and then I will continue to update it as I can. So I hope that is helpful for all of you when you are looking for the codes on my island. If you don't know, a card is just like a website where I will have pictures of the codes that I use, as well as the creator who made the code, and then of course the MA itself. So I hope that is helpful for you all, and that will be in the description. So what I'm doing for this area right here is I'm trying to glitch a code down to that little tile that's right by the bridge. If you didn't know, if you just open up the Custom Designs app, you are able to put a little code right on the edges of the bridge that you have. So I just like to do that with my bridges. And then right here, again, I'm trying to glitch a code right underneath the campsite sign, but unfortunately, I am not able to get that to work. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what type of pathing to use in this area. I think I want to just go ahead and use this garden style pathing to kind of mix up the pathing in this area. So I'm going to just finish laying this down, and then I will stop back in. So I kind of struggled figuring out what type of pathing to use for this area, but I remembered I had this stone pathing code, so I'm going to just use that to make a little trail from the incline to the seating areas that I have on the campsite, and then I'm going to just fill in the surrounding areas. I've also been doing a lot of dropped star fragments on my island. I just think it adds a nice little detail. So I'm going to just finish filling in the rest of this space, and then I will stop back in and let you know what I'm working on. Now what I'm going to do is start working on decorating the cliffs back here. Like I had mentioned earlier, I did struggle quite a bit with decorating these cliffs. I don't know why it was so hard for me, but what I'm doing right now is just trying to figure out the placement of some trees, and I think it was difficult because of this little waterfall I have to the left over here. So I'm going to let you watch me design for a bit, and then I will let you know kind of what issues I ran into and how I decided to fix them for decorating this cliff top right here. So I'm just finishing up adding in some flowers, and kind of from the looks of it, this looks okay. So I'm going to just fill in the rest of these flowers, and then I'm going to go back down and kind of take a look at everything, and that's where I can kind of see some issues, at least things that I find to be issues, because I tend to be a bit of a perfectionist with my builds. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in this area right here with some flowers, and then I'm going to go back up here and just take a look at what I've done so far and see if I need to switch anything out. So I don't really like how that bush looks there, so I'm just swapping it out. And then I'm trying to see if I can plant a tree here, but unfortunately I can't, so I just go with that butterfly model. And then I'm going to drop a couple of star fragments along the campsite here. I decided to time travel a couple days, and then that's where I see the issue. If you climb back up here, there's a big gap in between these two trees, and I just really don't like how it looks. Unfortunately, it is raining on the day that I'm at, but I kind of just wanted to get this done, so I'm reconfiguring the waterscaping a bit and then moving some of the flowers around. Right here I am laying down like a circular code because I want to try and put a mush parasol on top of it to see if it gives this cliff area some height. That's what I'm struggling with, is just making this area look like it has enough height in the background. So I'm just kind of going back around to see if I like it. I think it looks okay, so I am going to just go ahead and go back up and take a look at the cliffs. I decided that I don't like that green mum right there because there's one right beneath it, so I'm going to just swap that out for a different color flower. And then I'm still unsure if I like how that red mush parasol looks. I don't know if it really fits the entire area, so what I'm going to do is just skip ahead to the next day. Looking back on it now, I think it looks okay, but during the time when I was creating this, it just bothered me that it still didn't have as much height in this area as I had originally wanted, so I'm going to just kind of redo some of the waterscaping a little bit so I can plant another tree up there. For this area, it was important to me to be able to plant a tree and then still be able to have some waterscaping tied in. So right now, I'm just kind of moving around the different decorations for this area, and this is the part where like I kind of really messed up. So I planted that tree right there and then put a waterfall right in front of it. So at this point in the build, I'm really not even thinking, but if you do a lot of terraforming or just have kind of like general knowledge about Animal Crossing, you would know that that tree will not grow with a waterfall right in front of it. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was just like getting kind of tired towards the end of this build and just kind of wanted it to be over. So here I am thinking that I'm kind of putting the finishing touches on everything and moving around all of these items. And then I go ahead and time travel and see that the tree did not grow. So I'm like, okay, that was really stupid. And so what I end up doing is filling in this waterscaping right here, and then I just go ahead and extend out this cliff a little bit so that way I can have that tree that is able to grow, and then I can still have a little waterfall on the top of this cliff right here. This is the last little section that I have to fix, and then I will start the final walkthrough. So I just went ahead and time traveled to the next morning where it's nice and sunny, but here is my campsite. I also just so happen to have a campsite villager, so we'll have to go check them out. Let's continue to the rest of my campsite. So I have this cute little seating area right here, and then I kind of just filled it in with a bunch of flowers and items that I think are really cute. And then let's go ahead and see who we have in the campsite. I don't think I really need anyone on my island, but oh, okay. So we have, I think his name is Sid. So he's very red. He is enjoying a donut. Let's say hi to him just to make him feel nice and comfortable on our campsite, and then let's head back out to our campsite. I mean, I'm sure Sid is great, just not someone that would kind of fit the vibe of my island. But here is the rest of kind of the full view of my campsite. I'm glad I took the time to work on the cliffs in the background. I'm really happy with how that turned out. I also just wanted to let you guys know that my island is literally almost done, and I cannot believe it. Like, I feel like on my last island, I spent like a couple months, but this one, it just kind of like came and went in like a month and a half. So I'm really, really excited to share with you all my dream address, and then I will record an island tour. So be sure to subscribe if you are interested in seeing that. And definitely check out the card that I have in the description. The card will have all of the creator credits and custom design codes that I use on my island. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, as it really, really helps to support me. And I will see you in the next one. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. Bye!